great performance by Fitz in the Tantrums.
Wow.
You can hear those jets.
How about it?
Yes, how about it? Hello, everyone, and welcome officially to the 134th Rose Parade presented by Honda. I'm Mario Lopez.
And I'm on a gas tire. Wow. That opening song put me in the mood for a parade, which is the opposite of a tantrum. So I am in the right place. I am coming to you live from Pasadena, California. I am wearing my pearls because I'm in Pasadena.
You look beautiful.
Thank you. So do you. Our friend Al Roker, a staple of the Rose Parade, couldn't make it this year, but we are thinking of you today, Al, and we are hoping you are feeling better every minute.
Absolutely. This one's for you, buddy. And you know, I was thinking before there was the internet, before there was TV, heck, before there was even electricity, there were parades, and people absolutely loved them all. The color, horses, and music. Sure, now we have stealth airplanes, animatronics, and the horses have Instagram accounts, but parades are always timeless and a lot of fun.
That's so true. And you know what else is timeless?
What's that?
Gardens. Gardens are timeless. We are talking about zillions of flowers, which we are seeing because every single float here must be decorated exclusively with flowers and other organic materials, seeds and so forth, not composting toilets.
Right.
So welcome to the world's biggest garden on wheels. This year's theme is turning the corner because it is a brand new year and it's time for new beginnings. And you know, we've never hosted a parade together, Mario.
I know, I'm liking this, so there's no turning back now. Buckle up, America. It's showtime.
It sure is. How about those bombers?
Hey, that woke you up right there.
It really did. It got me jumping around in my pearls a little bit.
Turned out to be a beautiful day here in Pasadena.
So lucky.
Sunny, and of course, it's on a Monday. Back in 1892, fun fact for you, the organizers decided to move the parade whenever it falls on a Sunday because they didn't want it interfering with church services.
Yeah.
And they didn't want to scare the horses that are outside the churches.
Also a good idea, although maybe the bombers did scare them a little bit.
Yeah,
but, you know,
exactly.
it's exciting. They're pretty.
They've
They
come
have a lot of
long way.
composure.
They've come a long way from right now.
Yeah, they sure have.
So we're getting ready to see a lot of floats and beautiful bands. So here we go.
Here we go.
Our friends over at Honda are getting this party started with the first float of the day, a celebration of Honda's determination to advance the future of mobility. Honda's brilliant engineers are working hard to meet some pretty impressive goals. Carbon neutrality by 2050 and 100% electric vehicle sales by 2040.
Wow, 2040, 2050. Gosh, I cannot wait to see that. But then, again, my idea of advanced mobility will be tying my own shoes.
Oh.
I still do Velcro.
Well, check out these amazing machines. They look like science fiction, but they're real and coming soon. We got Honda's first electric SUV, Acura's electrified race car, which is headed for competition at Daytona, by the way, and an electric motorcycle, the Honda Jet, and a future mobility initiative, Honda's electric vertical takeoff and landing aircraft.
Well, that's going to need a very large outlet.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, luckily I don't need to understand how it all works. I am just happy to skip the gas station in the future, right?
Yeah.
Get that off your list of errands. Turn in the corner.
I learned recently on it, too, if you have an electric car, you can ride in the carpool lane.
Isn't that amazing?
That's amazing.
The diamond lane.
That's an incentive right there.
That sure is. Get to work a little bit faster.
Yeah.
So this is the 13th year that Honda has led the Rose Parade.
They've been such a great partner. Speaking of Honda, your show, American Auto, I'm sure deals with some Hondas and many other cars.
I run a fictitious large automotive company, Payne Motors. American Auto is about that. I play the new female CEO of an automotive company. When we premiere, actually, our second season comes back January 24th, right here on NBC.
Congratulations to that. Well, the United States Marine Corps, ladies and gentlemen, Mounted Color Guard has been leading the Rose Parade since 1985. They have a special honor and responsibility as the only equestrian unit to carry the American flag, and those beautiful Palomino Mustangs are rescued by the Bureau of Land Management's Adopt a Horse and Burro program.
Aw, do you think those wild ponies ever dreamed that they would grow up to be TV stars? Look at them, they're so cute.
Look at that. They're looking beautiful right there.
They're gorgeous, and they have fancy shoes on, too.
Look at that.
Or socks, I should say.
You know, the last active mounted Marine cavalry was deactivated in 1938. So there's not too many of these horse Marines left.
It's amazing. Yep.
The way these horses trot, it's like they know they got to step it up for this parade,
And they're proud
huh?
and they're humble. Look at them.
I like those coats the Marines are wearing.
I do too.
They're sort of like capes. Right? They're like a
Because they're
cupcake.
heroes, and heroes wear
They are,
capes.
that's
You
right,
know that.
that's right.
Did you know that today we're going to see 39 floats with over 1.2 million flowers?
Wow.
That's a lot of flowers and organic
I also
material.
know that the average... Oh, well, I'm going to get back to that fun fact later. Listen, it's a unique combination of tradition, artistry, and talent that makes this parade so special. Case in point, the U.S. Marine Corps West Coast Composite Band. They represent the 3rd Marine Aircraft Wing Band, the 1st Marine Division Band, and Marine Band Santiago. 100 strong. They're musical ambassadors here at home. Globally, too. They're also combat trained and ready, so you don't want to mess with them.
Oh, I will not mess with them. I'm sitting up very straight. Actually, I'm standing. I'm using my core as they pass by in honor of their enormous posture.
What's fascinating about this band is they perform in over 300 shows a year. They have 300 commitments.
That's incredible.
Including military ceremonies, parade appearances all over the country.
Yeah, and that is a big shout out for the sousaphone guys in the back.
Let's listen in. Mama snail.
Her babies, this is so cute. It's Cal Poly University's Road to Reclamation float, and it's an invitation to take a deep, up-close look at nature and the power of regeneration. How the end of one phase gives life to the next one. In this case, a fallen tree branch is hosting a diverse community of living creatures. I love this. It reminds me of a sofa that I had in college. All sorts of things were growing in there.
Well, here's a high five for the more than 60 trophies that Cal Poly University's floats have brought home over their 74 years with the Rose Parade. So they're a staple here as the only student-built float in the mix. Look at the students rising to the occasion. Isn't that great?
This is cool. The corn husks on the undersides of the mushroom caps create a ruffled gill effect, which is super interesting. Those are corn husks, not just flowers. And it won our Extraordinaire trophy today.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, look at those purple carnations. They're incredibly excited about using them. They're deep purple carnations on the tall snail. And
they're really leaning into the theme of renewal and giving old materials new life.
I love that. Now, here's another impressive student group, the Brookwood Bronco Marching Band from Brookwood High School in Snellville, Georgia. Brookwood High School has an impressive roster of alums who've become pro athletes, Mario. We're talking about NFL, Major League Baseball, Major League Soccer, even an Olympic swimmer. So their band, these talented musicians, are obviously incredibly inspiring to their student athletes who shine.
Shout out to Snellville, Georgia, you know, and I feel like this rousing music might give you strength to stick to my New Year's resolution. Fired up about that. However, being Catholic, I start over every weekend.
So you folks at home, march in place, and Mario and I will be right back here to meet you for the parade Grand Marshal Gabby Gifford, great music from Lainey Wilson, and so much more as the 134th Rose Parade presented by Honda continues.
And look who joined the party. This summer right here in LA, the Los Angeles Country Club will be home to the US Open, where the best in golf will go head to head. You can watch all the action Father's Day weekend, June 15th to 18th on NBC, USA, and Peacock.
You know, it is good to stop and appreciate what you have every day, like Nouns. For example, we could not host this parade without Nouns, could we? We would be saying, hey, go pretty, marching, happily. And next thing you know, you'd be calling Ematic.
That would be difficult. Well, these Nouns actually come from a group of animators at Stoopid Buddy Stoodios in Burbank, California. Love that name, where artists tell stories through stop-motion animation, puppetry, live action, 2D, and computer animation. And every single day, they auction off a new digital art piece, which they call a noun. Each noun is a pixelated, colorful avatar. The money they raise goes to empower artists and community causes. That's very cool.
It is. It's generous. And, that's generous is an adjective, but generosity is a noun.
Oh, look at that.
It's important that this is edutainment, Mario.
Stoopid Buddy Stoodios, by the way, is home to the longest-running stop-motion animation show on TV, Robot Chicken.
Oh my
That's
gosh,
a funny show.
That's a great show. Stoopid Buddy Studios designs and builds masks also for the Masked Singer TV show. Did you know that I was on that show, Mario?
That's right.
I was a Christmas tree.
You were a Christmas tree.
And
Great
Stoopid Buddy
job.
made my very uplifting costume.
Stoopid Buddy's not so stupid.
Stoopid Buddy is not so stupid. at this.
Oh, look at that.
I mean,
it looks like
I think the children will be excited about this one.
my son's, I'm sure, enjoying that one right there.
100%. I'm also just want to say, I'm really glad that I'm not allergic to flowers today.
Yes, that would be bad.
It's a gift.
That would be bad. It smells really, really good around here.
It smells so amazing.
Well, this year's Tournament of Roses theme is turning the corner, and no one has turned a bigger corner than our Grand Marshal, Gabby Giffords. The former Arizona Congresswoman has shown courage and strength on the journey to recovery while she continues to fight for country and community. Today, she's riding with her husband, Senator Mark Kelly, in a 1911 Rambler. She puts the Grand in Grand Marshal.
Gabby Giffords was the youngest woman ever voted into the Arizona State Senate, and from there she joined the U.S. Congress. And of course, you know, after an attack by a gunman in 2011, she showed true grit, working hard to regain her speech and mobility while founding the Giffords organization to fight for gun safety legislation. And this past summer, the former Congresswoman received the Presidential Medal of Freedom, the nation's highest civilian honor. Gabby Giffords is an inspiration to anyone trying to turn a corner and make a new start.
Well, from sunny Tucson, Arizona comes the Foothills Falcon Band. They've been the biggest high school marching band in Arizona for over 20 years.
Wowza.
Currently 258 members strong. That's a lot. This is their first ever march in the Rose Parade, but it's not their first road trip. They've played in France, England, Australia, and even on the Great Wall of China. That's impressive.
That's incredible. The Foothills Falcon Band has had the same director, Renee Shane Boyd, since their start in 1992. Please give that woman a trophy or a nap. I mean, look at that. They have their little lariats. They're using their, it's not a hula hoop, Mario.
258 members is a lot there.
Yeah. Look at that. I think they probably have really strong triceps.
Let's listen in.
Of the student body is enrolled in a music class.
That's impressive.
It's impressive.
What's also impressive is that they're lassoing themselves. I love that. Well, now, marking their 15th year in the parade is Western Ascent. They're bringing their wild and colorful float called Welcome to the Jungle.
Such a good Guns N' Roses tribute band. I love it.
Absolutely. Big GNR fan. Actually, it's technically a tribute to the diversity and harmony of nature, but these cats definitely know how to rock. Actually, all the animals are in motion here. This jungle includes 4 ocelots, a toucan, a scarlet macaw, and a garden of tropical flowers made out of, wait for it, flowers. Over 30,000 of them.
That's absolutely incredible, and it's obvious why they won the Judges Trophy this year.
Ooh.
It's incredible. Look at all of those flowers. Holy crow.
Friendly reminder here that all our lives are connected into nature's ecosystem in this beautiful float, which happens to be 55 feet long. They're based right here in Pasadena, too, by the way.
Yes. The float is 55 feet long, which is long.
Good-sized float.
Yeah.
Good-sized float.
It's a meaningful float. It's
substantial. Substantial float right there.
It's what I aspire to.
Look at that. And they move. Come a long way in 134 years, huh?
Yeah, they sure have. Again, the sunshine picking up these incredible flowers.
Well, some folks get into history through books, and others get on a horse and bring it to life, like the Spirit of the West Riders. This little horse, he said, has researched and recreated life in the old American West. They wear authentic costumes and ride on period-accurate saddles from the 1840s to the 1920s.
So we've got cowboys, cavalry, ranchos, vaqueros, trappers, and even fancy ladies riding side saddle. That's the way I like to do it. The spirit of the West Riders bring their showmanship to movies and TV shows set on the American frontier. And they ride on behalf of the John Wayne Cancer Foundation. Here we go.
Well, you're a fancy lady. I see why you ride side saddle. John Wayne, by the way, is probably looking down from heaven and saying, dang, side saddle looks real hard. Was that my John Wayne?
It was close.
I
can tell you did the work, and that's what matters. All right, they're all the way from freezing Minnesota.
Oh, it comes from the Rosemount High School Marching Band. These 260 marchers have been rehearsing through the sub-zero winter thanks to a covered football stadium at their high school. Thank goodness they got it, otherwise they'd be marching popsicles.
They really would be. Heartwarming fun fact, one of the Rosemount High School marching band directors was in the band as a teenager, and it's where he met his future wife, who is actually still his wife. Isn't that heartwarming?
So cute.
I love it.
Super cute right there.
It's so uplifting to hear of a cold Minnesota couple that stayed together. I love it. I love
My
these
sister used to live in
costumes.
Minnesota. It gets cold.
It got real cold a couple
in
weeks
Minnesota.
ago with that weather. It was absolutely
Listen,
insane.
you can comb the beach from coast to coast, but I'm pretty sure the only place you're going to find a giant surfing bear is right here with us. So stick around. The 134th Rose Parade presented by Honda continues coming up next. Well, at the San Diego Zoo Safari Park, brilliant solutions are transforming the future of conservation. The 10 riders on this wonderful float include wildlife care specialists, veterinarians, guides, and conservation scientists who are dedicated to creating a world where all life thrives. While this important work is going on behind the scenes, more than 5 million guests a year experience life-changing moments with nature at the park. We went this year. It's a great time.
It is so spectacular there, and that's 4-month-old Neville with his mom, Livia. They are two southern white rhinos who bring hope to cutting-edge efforts to save their northern white rhino cousins. She might be made of poppy seed, Spanish moss, and seaweed, but she is going to protect that baby.
Wow, very cool.
Wow. Okay. All right, well, there's a whole lot happening here in the Trader Joe's float, and I'm not sure if I'm excited or just hungry. I love Trader Joe's.
Shout out to them. Well, their theme this year is Onward. Leading the way is a giant delivery motorbike with cookie wheels that actually spin. Check out those cookie wheels. And a lobster's rocking the sidecar. It's a rock lobster, literally. And there's a sweet tropical romance brewing and a banana boat. A boat that paddles forward with a giant rotating pizza wheel. I mean, come on.
I love a banana boat because my nickname is Anna Banana. Everybody calls me that. Now, this won the Wrigley Legacy Trophy for obvious reasons. I think whoever designed the float had the munchies. I do have to give a shout out to the clever pelican. He just stole a slice of pizza.
Of course he did.
Good for him.
This is a big float, too. It's almost as long as 2 New York City buses.
Yeah, so to give you context, that's 75 feet
Wow.
long, which is 2 New York City buses. That clarifies our 55 feet.
Did you know this, Anna? Fun fact, the very first Trader Joe's opened right here in Pasadena.
No, I didn't know that, but I truly love Trader Joe's with my whole heart, and I like to give a gift certificate to Trader Joe's to all the young people that I know.
It's a great
there's
gift.
No gift better.
It's a great gift. It's been around since 1967, so they've been around for a while.
And
Good
that was
for
the year
them.
I was born, so that
Hey.
feels fitting. As I'm their largest consumer. And also, floral goods. They have the most adorable, like, little cactuses and things like that,
Yes,
too.
great for little gifts. Want to get a quick thing of wine? There you go.
Yep, you always get top shelf Trader Joe's. That's the way to do it.
I like that guy with mustache right there.
Look at him.
He's looking good. The sun is shining.
Oh, I'm so happy. It was pouring rain, and we were so nervous it was going to be cold and miserable. But
It is beautiful. By the way, speaking of cold, the coldest parade on record happened back in 1952. 32 degrees.
Oh, see, now that would be no problem in New York, but here in California, it makes people very sad.
You act like, no, people do not like that here.
They bust out their Uggs in like 65-degree weather here.
That's right. I'm rocking Uggs as I speak. That's exactly it. It's only rained 10 times, believe it or not, throughout the history.
Amazing.
Well, here we go, all the way from the Republic of Panama. Say, bienvenida tu banda de música la Primavera. It's their first time in the Rose Parade. They were invited to the parade back in 2021.
Wow.
That was an extra special year for them since it was the bicentennial celebration of Panama's independence. While COVID threw a monkey wrench in those plans, it's great to see them here today. Gracias.
It really is so worth the wait, man. They were founded in 1992 as a drum band. Banda de Musica, La Primavera has grown in size and sound. Now they are a full marching band, complete with color guard and dancers, as you can see, in traditional dress, which is fantastic. Those orange skirts look like big swirling blossoms. I love these. They're absolutely spectacular. I love the way they move.
Shout out to the musical director, Javier Jimenez. And they've played all over here in California and New York, as well as Colombia and Costa Rica.
I love the...
oh, what a beautiful outfit, huh?
It's extraordinary. So beautiful.
I love that we're celebrating so many different cultures here at the parade, too.
I do, too. It feels very essential to California as well, which is such an amazing state that way. I love it here.
Oh, that's a cool drum set. Played the drums as a kid.
Did you, Mario? I played the violin, which is a great marching band.
Little band.
You know, the fourth woman president is on her way, and I, for one, like the sound of that. You will see what I mean when we return. Remember, you can also follow along with us on social media at Rose Parade on Twitter and Facebook, and at Rose_Parade on Instagram. We will be right back. Now that is what I'm talking about. VIP in the house. The Tournament of Roses president, Amy Wainscott. She is the parade's fourth woman president, and clearly she's doing an amazing job. Way to go, Madam President.
Yes, way to go. By the way, you play the first woman CEO of an American car company on American Auto, correct?
Yes, I do on American Auto, I do. And as mentioned, first female CEO of Payne Automotive. And we are excited, I told you already, we're coming back for season 2 on January 24th, and we're really, really excited to be back on the air. 8:30, I think.
That's right. We will be covering it on Access Hollywood, by
I should
the way.
hope so. I won't be wearing my Pasadena vest, but I will wear something more corporate to indicate my. It's a half-hour workplace comedy on NBC, and it's about corporate life. It's like all takes place in the C-suite, so it's really fun.
Love it. Well, President Wainscott's family is riding with the Express Clydesdales. Love these horses, absolutely beautiful. It's an 8-horse team of rare black and white colored Clydesdales. They're pulling a replica of an 1880s coach that can seat up to 24 people. Look at that.
They are extraordinary and beautiful. And since these horses, they weigh about 2,000 pounds each, a ton. 2 tons? 2 tons? How many tons? 1 ton. I don't know. I'm bad at math. Good at nouns. They stand over 6 feet tall. They can definitely pull 24 people and a carriage. And maybe not even notice. At the Calgary Stampede event in Canada, these Clydesdales drove William and Kate.
Well, next is the Wisconsin Northwoods Marching Band. This is their first time at the Rose Parade, but even more exciting, this band is the first of its kind. They're a composite of several bands from different high schools in north central Wisconsin. So they're like an all-star band, and as you can see, they're wearing all their various band uniforms, but pulling it together with matching hats.
I love it. The idea is the brainchild of Rose Parade President Amy Wainscott, a proud cheesehead, which is a nickname that Wisconsin people actually embrace. It's not an insult or a slur.
They love the cheese.
That's right. They enjoy the cheese. And Amy wanted more students from her home state to participate in the Rose Parade, so she pitched this idea to her alma mater, Northland Pines High. Invitations went out to schools all over the area, and the rest is marching band history, and really a proud moment for those of us who love cheese around the world.
Oh,
and
I'm in that category.
Yes, I'm a cheesehead myself.
I'm a big cheese lover. I'm a big cheese lover.
Not from Wisconsin, but I do admire the cheese. And I do have to say, this band had guitars, which I've never seen before.
That's rare. Let's take a listen.
Yeah.
Coming on to their 94th year in the Rose Parade is the city of Alhambra. They're taking us up and away in their beautiful balloon. Their theme this year is Together We Rise. Hot air balloon represents adventure and travel, and it's a reminder to see things from a new point of view, because when you're high up in a balloon, you can really take a big picture, right?
Yeah, and to paint that pretty picture, they use yellow mums, as you can see, so many of them for the balloon. They have white lentils, which is cool for the lettering on the balloon. And the clouds are made of white and pink carnations. The garden includes ferns, green ferns, of course, pink roses, and yellow gladiolas. Isn't it nice when flowers get to just play themselves for once? I like it. And it's important for lentils to feel seen as well.
They
I feel
do.
they're an overlooked legume.
They are. They're usually associated with soup.
Yes, often. And people to just forget that they work as individuals to make
That's true.
to make a statement as a
They're talented.
community.
They're a talented group right there.
As a community. All right, these riders are actually actors and storytellers, and can I call them equestrian thespians?
Yes, you can.
Okay, I just did. So, anyway, each year in the hills of Hemet, California, they perform the Ramona outdoor play, and that story is adapted from a novel about Ramona, who is an orphan Native American girl. It's based on real events in Southern California in the late 1800s.
Love me some history. Well, the play involves over 300 volunteer performers like these in authentic 19th century cowboy, Native American, and Spanish rider gear. The first production was back in 1923, so this is the 100-year celebration of Ramona, California off-the-state outdoor play. Who knew they even had one? I've been out to
I didn't know
Hemet,
there was an
that was
official
going on.
state play. There's so many things to learn about our state, Mario. I don't even know the bird.
Look at, there's 16 horses in this one and one mule. The only mule in the parade. Shout out to the mule.
Shout out to the mule, everyone. Hashtag mule at Rose_parade on Instagram.
This play, by the way, back in 1884, is the story of a forbidden love set in ranch land that Mexico, America, and Native Americans were fighting over. It's known as the Romeo and Juliet of the Wild West. Isn't that fun?
Oh, and it was an outdoor play. It was I guess the novel. It was based on a novel. The novel was written by Helen Hunt Jackson.
That guy had a great mustache. I like that guy.
Amazing. Incredible. All right, it is so great to see so many schools represented here. I love it. But Claremont McKenna College, they took it to the next level. They brought their actual campus to the parade. Riding the float are student leaders, and I sure hope they're getting extra credit for this. This is a mini model of the college grounds, complete with the buildings, the steps, and the public art.
Well, all of the plants in the landscape are native Southern California floral. The whole scene is nestled in the San Gabriel Mountains beneath a majestic Mount Baldy.
It's incredible. And now this is the winner of the Golden State Trophy for obvious reasons, because it really represents so much of what California has to offer. It's a beautiful campus. I've actually been to it.
I've actually been to it too. It is. This float, by the way, is 55 feet long. And Claremont McKenna College's 75th anniversary, so they've been around a minute. Shout out to them.
And I love the globe sculpture here. It references the school's Book and Globe logo, which represents their commitment to global education.
Look at that.
Which is absolutely beautiful. 75th anniversary.
Well, like something straight out of a fairy tale, here comes the Pasadena City College Herald Trumpets to announce the arrival of royalty. Today, that means the Tournament of Roses Rose Queen in her royal court. This elite group of musicians includes 9 trumpeters and 1 drummer. The players are chosen from the Pasadena City College Band as well as musicians from Southern California high schools. Congratulations, ladies. You are looking beautiful.
Please give a graceful wave to the 2023 Rose Queen and her royal court. This year's Rose Queen is Altadena resident and high school senior Bella Ballard. Not one just to sit on her throne. Bella's a semi-pro soccer player.
Oh, look at that.
She volunteers as a soccer coach, and she's set to start college at Yale in the fall, where she plans to study economics, law, and astrophysics. So everybody, get it together.
She's an underachiever. Well, it is 100 years old, going strong, and was the first host of a football bowl. Any guesses? Stick around for the answer when we're back in just a moment with more of the 134th Rose Parade presented by Honda.
Brought to you by aerial coverage provided by Goodyear. In 2023, drive strong from start to finish all year long. Happy New Year from Goodyear. More driven.
Well, this beautiful carriage drawn by 4 Frisian horses brings the Valley Hunt Club. The top hats and gloves are reminders that this long-established group actually staged the very first parade of flowers back in 1890. At the time, many club members had moved west from the frigid East Coast. They wanted to celebrate.
Oh, and here's a float that has courage, brains, and heart. This year, the AIDS Healthcare Foundation salutes the classic story, The Wizard of Oz. Just as Dorothy seeks a safe place to land, the AIDS Healthcare Foundation has been working hard to provide low-income housing and fight homelessness in the greater Los Angeles area.
That's awesome, and every generation watching is going to recognize these 4 friends heading into the Emerald City. The theme of this magical float is There's No Place Like Home, Dorothy's famous line design, of course, truly stands the test of time.
This is an absolutely beautiful float. Wow. The AHF and its Healthy Housing Foundation are repurposing old hotels and motels to create low-income permanent housing, which is such a creative idea. I love it.
Wow, and this is the AIDS Healthcare Foundation's 10th year in the Rose Parade, so shout out to them.
Beautiful.
Well, now this beautiful carriage by the Frisian horses. They are the Frisian horses.
They are Frisian.
That's the Valley Hunt Club right there. Now, those cool top hats and gloves are reminders that this long-established group actually staged the very first Parade of Flowers back in 1890. That's a long time ago. At the time, many club members had moved west from the frigid East Coast, and they wanted to celebrate the California gardens that bloom like crazy in January. So they went ahead and bedazzled their carriages with flowers and threw themselves a parade.
Yeah, they did that to celebrate California and also to make their cousins back east very jealous. The college football game was added 12 years later.
Well, for football fans, speaking of which, the parade's a big warm-up for the Tournament of Roses 109th Rose Bowl game. Pac-12 conference champions, University of Utah Utes, are back in the bowl for the second year in a row, and they're facing down powerhouse Penn State. It's the first time these two schools are meeting on the field ever. Little history right here. After their loss to the Buckeyes last year, the Utes are looking for some Rose Bowl redemption.
Yeah, and football history is happening today. One thing I know for sure, the float is already a winner.
Utah is the favorite going into this. They're a strong program, but never count out Penn State.
I was just going to say that.
They are always solid contenders, champions in wrestling as well. Well, if the Utah Utes are their school's football heroes, then the Marching Utes are the soundtrack of the University of Utah. They're wearing the school's crimson and white colors. They're also known as the Pride of Utah. By the way, you'll see them again at the halftime show. They'll be busy today.
You bet, they will be. They've had amazingly cool gigs, including performing at both the inauguration of President Barack Obama and the 2002 Winter Olympic Games, that were, of course, in Salt Lake City in Utah.
Oh, look at that. This band's been all over the place. They made appearances at the 2008 BCS Sugar Bowl, the BCS Fiesta Bowl back in 2004, as well as performances in San Diego, Vegas, San Antonio, and Frisco. Let's take a listen.
Horses and flowers than you've ever seen in one place when the 134th Rose Parade presented by Honda is back after this.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Rose Parade. And this float celebrates a landmark year for a landmark structure, the actual Rose Bowl Stadium. 2022 happened to be its 100th birthday. The stadium opened in October of 1922, and the first college football postseason tournament was held there on January 1st, 1923. 100 years plus 1 day ago. That's awesome.
I love it. Calling a postseason football game a bowl actually came from the Rose Bowl, because it used to be called the Tournament East-West Football Game. Boo! So boring.
Boring. So how do you honor 3 college football legends? Well, you put them in a hot car and throw them a parade. Yesterday, all 3 were inducted into the Rose Bowl Hall of Fame as a class of 2022. Vince Evans was quarterback for USC, going on to play for the Chicago Bears and the Oakland Raiders. Former running back Lorenzo White led the Michigan State Spartans to Rose Bowl victory in 1988. White went on to play for the Houston Oilers and the Cleveland Browns. Look at that.
And from behind the scenes, we have Darryl Dunn, CEO of the Rose Bowl Stadium for 23 years.
Well, 2 consensus national championships, 4 Big Ten Conference championships, and 13 undefeated seasons.
And number 9 in all-time total wins. Make way for the Penn State Nittany Lions. We're ready to roar in today's highly anticipated face-off against the Utah Utes. And in channeling my inner sportscaster, I just really impressed myself. You know, I graduated from a Big Ten school, so.
Good for you. Look at you go. Didn't know you were a jock, Anna.
I'm a huge jock. I think that I'm surprised that you didn't just guess that by looking at me.
Right.
Oh, look at that. It's another float featuring a giant football.
Well, marching for the Penn State Nittany Lions, here comes the Blue Band.
All right.
And here's how they got their name. Back in 1923, the band's uniforms were brown. New ones were ordered, but not enough arrived, so the new blue uniforms were given only to the best musicians.
Wow.
This section of the band became, well, you guessed it, the Blue Band, and they played at special social functions and football games ever since. That's a little cold as ice.
Yeah, it's very Hunger Games, but it works, you know? It's the marching band Hunger Games mashup, which we were all waiting for.
Let's take a listen. Traveled from all over the world to celebrate with us today. We're going to continue our warm Pasadena welcome when the 134th Rose Parade presented by Honda returns right after this. Well, let's face it. Bees work really hard out there, and they need to, because without them, we wouldn't be able to survive. They deserve a day off, however, to have a little fun. Looks like the folks at Blue Almond Growers are making that possible. They designed this float to celebrate an important part of the almond growing process, pollination.
That's right, and these bees get their own playground as a thank you with a Ferris wheel that really does move, which is unreal. Look at that. The rides are surrounded by fields of flowers and almond blossoms, and they're made out of ground rice and pink statice flowers. The float is also bedecked with over 10,000 pink and orange roses. I apologize for the pun, but I had to do it. I did it begrudgingly. Okay, that one was for Al.
Yeah,
that one was for Al.
I love me a dad joke. I'm for it all day. You better behave yourself.
Yeah, the world's really buzzing about this float. Also, this won the fantasy trophy, and you can see why, because it's such a happy sort of day at the beach.
Aww.
Day at the beach.
I got it.
I'm going to see myself out.
Look at that.
Okay, great.
Well, we think of the Rose Parade, of course, as an American event, but it's about to get international. Meet the Trujillo Marching Band. Trujillo is a small village in northern Italy near Milan.
Of course, they're Milan adjacent. Look how snappy and stylish they are with those feather hats, red gloves. Wow, the red, black, and white colors of the uniform represent the Trujillo coat of arms. These guys hope to spread their love for marching bands, which are actually a really new phenomenon in Italy, but they fit right in here today, of course. Bienvenido, is that how you say it? How do you say it? Arrivederci? I don't know.
Arrivederci.
Arrivederci.
Well, we're not saying goodbye yet.
No, we're not. Ciao. Ciao.
Ciao,
Marching
ciao.
band.
Yes.
How do you play an instrument with gloves on?
This is the
Stylishly.
first Italian marching band to perform at the Rose Parade, so they're making history right here.
Yeah, and they have appeared on several TV shows, including the Italian X Factor and Italia's Got Talent. Listen to them. Mario, some grandmas knit by the fire, and I guess others go hang gliding. Okay, this float from the city of Burbank encourages senior citizens to get out there and try something new. So there's a world traveler, there's a mountain biker, a rock climber, a kayaker, an artist, hiker, and a fisherman. And a hang gliding Grandy. I wonder, Granny. I wonder if she gives lessons.
Those nanas are awesome out there. That mountain goat looks pretty stubborn, shaking his head no. He's decorated with gray and black buffalo grass. The eagle on top is covered in a piece of sugar pine cone. The rock formations are made with over 10,000 roses and 10,000 chrysanthemums. The rushing water below is actually 14,000 blue and white irises.
Yeah, and this is the winner of the Queen Trophy here at the Rose Parade. Oh, look at that. She's riding a bike, staying active.
You know, so inspiring. Everyone, of course, the most popular resolution is they want to get in shape, but these people lead by example. They're disciplined, they're committed, and they're still doing it in these later years. God bless them.
Absolutely amazing.
Well, either I'm having a patriotic fever dream or it's the Painted Ladies Rodeo Performers. They call themselves an extreme drill team. There are 15 American paint horses named for their colorful markings. The riders, they keep it colorful too. And red, white, and blue, our nation's colors. So sparkling tiaras on top of the western hats. Now that's how you wear a crown, ladies, with the cowboy hat. I love it.
It's beautiful. The skilled riders have full-time jobs and families, but they still make time to strap on spurs, pull on chaps, and saddle up because they really love to perform. There are several mother-daughter equestrians in the bunch. Maybe my daughter would like to try this, or maybe my mom. My mom's really the rider in my family.
Is she? Okay.
Yeah. At least we would like to try the cowboy hat with the tiara, which I would like to wear.
That's a good look. That's a good look. I like that look. These horses are incredibly well behaved, I gotta say. Well, look, the folks at La Cañada Flintridge are known for their fun, whimsical floats, and they're at it again. This time, it's called the Secondhand Shenanigans. The fellow in the window of the house is heading to college soon, turning a corner from little kid to young man. Leaving his toys behind is great news for a family of raccoons right there.
And of course, you know that raccoons are smart and good with these little hands, but Dad is doing magic tricks. Mama is operating a remote-controlled car, and that toy car is actually a battery-powered satellite to the main float. So it's like a little bonus mini float,
Look at that.
which I love. Yeah. The back of the yard is a stone wall, and it's built with 1,000 potatoes.
Look at those potatoes. A lot of potential fries
That's
later
a lot
on.
of potential fries, hash browns. And this is the winner of the Mayor Trophy.
Oh, look at that.
As you can see, it won the Mayor Award. I love it.
Again.
There's over 30,000 flowers adorning this float. And it's their 44th year in the Rose Parade.
All volunteers again from La Cañada Flintridge. They're about 5 minutes away here from Pasadena. Beautiful little community.
And this is amazing. They work on it all year long. In fact, they already have started the design process for next year's float.
Well, look at this band. Sounds like they're ready for battle. It's the Spartan Legion Marching Band. Love those drum major helmets. They're based on the original Spartan Warrior design. It's my high school alma mater there. It's no surprise that all marching bands have their roots in military history, where they help keep up morale. They were leading troops on the long marches and in military parades, and today, this battalion of musicians is in full force. Some history.
They come from Norfolk, Virginia. This is the first time in the Rose Parade. Welcome. They will be using 3 different marching band styles today. The glide step, the 45-degree leg lift, and the 90-degree leg lift, which my dog does, actually, but not as well. And I also am going to be doing 90-degree leg lifts just to work off some of the holiday extra calories.
Let's listen in.
Yeah.
Welcome, Los Hermanos Manuelos Charrotzi. Hola. This group was founded in 1996 by brothers and friends from Zacatecas, Mexico, who were living in the San Gabriel Valley of California, proud to share their Mexican culture and heritage. They perform in schools, county parks, and local parades, and today they're in the Rose Parade for the 14th time.
Los Hermanos Banuelos wear authentic charro suits, custom-made and embroidered for each rider, with traditional sombreros on top and silver spurs below.
I love their code, too. It stands for respecting yourself, your parents, teachers, family, pets.
That's a good one.
Respect is the foundation of success.
I agree.
Could not agree more, and that is awesome. They've
Especially when it comes to the pets.
That's absolutely.
Gotta
There are
respect the pets.
18 horses today. They've got a bunch of different breeds, too. Andalusian, Frisian, and quarter horses.
All right, the Louisiana Office of Tourism has a
Feed Your Soul, Louisiana's beloved country music artist, Yellowstone cast member Lainey Wilson.
Lainey Wilson!
My name ain't on their list, but they say I'm where the party is. Oh, I drive a beam through the mud. Well, I'm kind of redneck Hollywood. You say, yeah, I'm in Louisiana, nowhere Alabama, stars up in the sky. I've been to California, way too far from Georgia, but one day I might. Woo! Bet there's more of us. Different names, same small town. Gucci lace can dress it up, but country is as country does. Ain't that right, y'all? You say, yeah, I'm in Louisiana, nowhere Alabama, stars up in the sky. I've been to California, way too far from Georgia, but one day I might. What you got, Tommy? Don't carry home in Dixie cups, kind of redneck Hollywood. Chocolate meets Naomi Judd, kind of redneck. Don't carry home in Dixie cups, kind of redneck Hollywood. Chocolate meets Naomi Judd, kind of redneck. You say, hey, I'm in Louisiana, lower Alabama, stars up in the sky. And I've been to California, way too far from Georgia, but one day I might, y'all. Woo! But one day. You say hello, well, I'm in Louisiana. Ha! Don't carry home in Dixie cups, kind of redneck Hollywood. Joplin meets Naomi Judd, kind of redneck. Happy New Year, y'all!
Lainey Wilson, she killed it. She's great on as Abby on Yellowstone.
Amazing. All right, so here's the plan. I'm going to tune my tuba. You're going to water your horse. And then we're going to meet right back here in just a few minutes for more of the 134th
even surrounded
Rose
by
Parade
all this
presented
excitement, I
by
am starting to
Banda.
feel deeply serene. As the next float glides by, is there any room for two on those swings, Mario?
Oh, those look like a lot of fun right there. Well, this garden scene featuring a tree of life is called Expanding Hope. It's a vision of the folks at City of Hope, the world's famous cancer treatment and research organization. See how the branches form a heart in the middle? Resting on the treetops are 6 animated butterflies, symbolizing renewal. The butterflies are all native California species, including monarch, California dogface, my personal favorite, Western tiger swallowtail, that's a strong second, and buckeye.
Yeah, you know, it's funny because those are the names of all 6 of my yoga teachers. Yeah,
Makes
Buckeye's
sense.
a lot of fun. He keeps the class real.
Who knew there were that many butterfly?
Yeah, gosh, look at all this. This is the City of Hope's 49th year in the Rose Parade. Not surprisingly, they know what they're doing. And during COVID, the City of Hope never interrupted cancer treatments for patients at all,
That's beautiful.
which is pretty incredible.
It's great because this float is meant to highlight cancer patients who kept sight of their dreams. Well, from Rockford, Michigan, meet the Rockford High School Marching Band. These are some well-rounded students. About 40% of their band members are also athletes.
Oh, I
Look at
love
that.
that.
Diverse. School has a flexible rehearsal schedule, so they can do it all. I'm a fan of that.
I really appreciate that. The musicians wear all black. They are the, kind of the Johnny Cash of a marching band. And
Love that.
So that means the color guard does the heavy color lifting, bringing all the color with their bright flags. So you can see the contrast. It's super impressive. I love that they can do both athletics and be in the band because it does make for a well-rounded person.
It really does. And the fact they get to wear all black, that's official. Oh, that is solid black.
Yeah. No.
Very, very black.
It's gorgeous. Next time I need a little, dose of encouragement and energy, I'm just going to close my eyes and picture the color guard against this very chic all-black band.
This band has been with us before. They took a little break, though. 1986 was the last time, so they're coming back with us today. We're going to keep the vibes going right now with the warm congratulations to first-time Rose Paraders, Vista Ridge High School Ranger Marching Band from Cedar Park, Texas. They're celebrating their 20th anniversary. They dedicate today's performance to those that came before them and future generations of the Ranger Band family.
Hey, let's keep the vibes going here with a warm congratulations to, these guys, right? This is the Vista Ridge, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, they're incredible. I need to brag about these guys just for a second. Or dare I say, should I toot their horns?
Uh-oh.
That was for
They
you.
might not like that.
In 2019, the Rangers were grand champions at the regional competition where they saw a small band from a less privileged community perform. So they were inspired by that smaller band's talent and spirit, and they organized a fundraiser. They donated $5,000, which their fellow musicians then used to purchase their first equipment trailer, which is such a great way to create community. I really admire that.
Cool. This band's repertoire is eclectic, by the way. They do classical pop, avant-garde. They mix it up. They're like a playlist on Spotify.
This next group believes in the power of community action as well. Their official name is Benevolent and Protective Order of Elks of the United States of America, but of course we know and love them as the Elks. They're a fraternal organization with more than 700,000 members across the country, and their floats riders represent 3 of the organization's many impactful projects.
Oh, the Elks Club's been around for a while, too. Say hello to Vietnam War vet Richard Hill. He's a 2-time Purple Heart recipient and an ambassador of